Oklahoma. The championship game of the 12-year-old bracket of Triple Crown's OKC Fastpitch tournament will begin in a few minutes. They will play defense as we begin the championship game. Leadoff batter is Shanice Dels, playing second base on defense, but first a chance to get things going offensively for Fully Loaded. Here's Dels at the plate and pitch number 1 from Holscher. Ball misses out, maybe a little bit up. 1-0 count. And our championship game is officially underway. Thanks for joining us. There's ball 2, staying outside with these first 2 pitches. They both miss. So Dels now in the driver's seat with a 2-0 count. The leadoff batter trying to find her way on, set the table. Nibbling at the outside corner and haven't quite found it yet. Consistent pitch location, but just not quite in the zone. So a 3-0 count. Holscher honestly doing a good job. You can tell she doesn't agree with the zone yet, but doing a good job of not reacting too heavily to that emotionally. You got to be careful not to give too much back to the umpire, but you could tell Holscher thought 2 of those 4 pitches were definitely worthy of a call. That last one just off the outside edge, so a 4-pitch walk to Dels. Staying in that same spot, Abby Detar, the batter, center fielder for Fully Loaded. Detar has a 1-0 count after another miss on that low outside. Holscher trying to convince home plate umpire Anthony Kendall that that's got to be a strike. That pitch misses on a bunt square by Abby Detar. 2-0. So the first 6 pitches of the game, balls. There's a strike called, so finally Anthony Kendall's able to give one to Emily Holscher. Emily happy to get that first one in the books. Now she can start to roll. Each team just won a semifinal game. Within the last 20 or 30 minutes, they wrapped up victories in the semifinals, and they've moved on to this championship. Here's a bunt, laid down nicely, defended nicely. Holscher picks it up and throws to second baseman covering. Cassidy Green got over to cover first base. 1-4 on the putout, 1 away, and down to second base goes Dels. Successful sacrifice bunt executed by Detar. Brooke McCullough steps into the box. Brooke, the number 3 batter in the order for Fully Loaded. Now Holscher a little frustrated with the lack of that outside pitch, asking for it. Doesn't want to have to throw it right down the middle to these hitters, especially middle of the order, and I can't blame her. Good hitters on both sides of the field today. Fully Loaded with the bats right now. This is Brooke McCullough on a 1-0 count, and now a 2-0 count. Oh, never mind, got a strike call out of that. There went the hand, so make it a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCullough from Chandler, Oklahoma, 12 years old. Nicknamed B-Lo. This ball is knocked through the middle and takes a bounce away from the center fielder. That's going to give Dels a chance to come in and score. Might have had a play at the plate instead. Tough bounce off the lip out there. It hopped up on Tatum Stevens, and with the bobble, that will allow Dels to score the first run of the championship game on the single by Brooke McCullough. 1 away and a runner on first base. 1-0, Fully Loaded of Oklahoma City. Rochelle Mingwasser now steps to the plate, the number 4 batter in the order for Fully Loaded. Mingwasser, 13 years old, of Edmond, Oklahoma. These players all from the Oklahoma City area. As a pitch fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 away. Rochelle told us when we talked to her about some of her information she'd like shared on the webcast. Batter Rochelle Mingwasser said she's a deer hunter. And when asked why she plays or why she likes fast pitch, she said because slow pitch is boring. Drives the ball, and that'll get over the top of the center fielder. Stevens has to chase it down out at the fence, and runners end up at second and third. So a ball well hit by Rochelle Mingwasser, who will be doing the catching for Fully Loaded, and she's safe out at second base on the drive straight up the middle. That sends her teammate Brooke McCullough over to third base. So with one out and one run already in, offense asserting itself in the first inning. Kamari Edwards, the shortstop, now batting. Ball one after that first pitch. There's a pitch outside, so one ball. I make it 2 balls in the count now. 2 balls, no strikes. And 1 away. The only out recorded on a sacrifice bunt by the number 2 batter, Abby Detar. And that bunt did pay off when McCullough hit the single. Shanice Dels was able to score after the sacrifice, moving her from first to second, just enough to be able to come around on the single. Foul ball flies off to our neighboring field here. 6 fields in this park at Reeves Park in Norman. Of course, fields all over Oklahoma City are used for this tournament. It's one of the main hubs of the tournament, 6-field complex at Reeves Park. New ball being requested here. Change things up on the grip. Emily Holscher wants to change it out. She's facing a 3-1 deficit in this count to Kamari Edwards. Mentioned Kamari, the shortstop for Fully Loaded. And she takes ball 4. That's going to load the bases now as Edwards heads down to first after a walk issued. Edwards' favorite player, Kaylani Ricketts, who pitched well last night for OU to help propel them into the championship series of the Women's College World Series. Numerous players have mentioned Ricketts' name as their model player that they enjoy watching and look up to. There's strike 1. That pitch works out well as Breely Webb has stepped into the batter's box. Time called. I don't know if we have a runner coming here. I think we've got a runner, courtesy runner coming on. And that's what we've got. So on to run at second base, replacing Rochelle Mingwasser, who is the catcher. She can be courtesy ran for. Crimson Davis just checked in out at second base as the runner. 13-year-old Breely Webb, nicknamed Tootie, is in the box. She's got an 0-1 count with 1 away. Now time called by Centex Buzz. Buzz coach Martin Green wants to check something on the batting order here on the lineup. Make sure there's not something out of order, so the umpires will investigate that. Anthony Kendall, home plate umpire, has the conversation, probably checking to see if something was out of order with who batted where. And there's no call indicated, so we'll leave things as they were. No balls, 1 strike to Breely Webb. Left-handed batter whose motto is go hard or go home. She'll watch a ball bounce and kept in front nicely behind the plate for the Buzz to deny any chance to score on the wild pitch. Shelby Carter, the catcher, corralled it. A swing and a foul tip. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Breely Webb's hobby, she listed, is riding horses. Always fun to look through the information these players provide as part of Media Day during Triple Crown television broadcasts and webcasts. Fun to learn a little bit more about the players and the variety of things they're involved in beyond just the sport of choice. That pitch missed up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded with fully loaded players. That's their team name, fully loaded. This ball is smoked to the left center gap, and that is gone. Grand slam. Breely Webb clears the bases. The grand slam, and now the score 5-0 in the top of the first inning as Breely Webb goes big time with teammates on every bag. I would imagine there have been a few in this tournament, in this 12-year-old bracket, but that's the first I've seen watching 2 days of ball. Again, Saturday's games were scrubbed after the weather came through, and so the teams played 3 pool play games yesterday, and today is playoff day, single elimination day. And in the games I was able to keep an eye on all day long yesterday, I did not see anybody take one out. Not saying it didn't happen, but that's the first one I've seen in a whole bunch of ball I've been watching. Breely Webb got all that one. Left center, home run. So with one out, back we go. Clear bases here, and now for Centex Buzz, they just need to work the outs and get to the bats. It's been a tough top of the first, but outs now and a couple of runs would set this thing back on the proper track. Emily Holscher, after a brief meeting in the circle, a little pep talk. And Buzz trying to clear their heads and start again here. Kylie French, left fielder, is the current batter. Swings and fouls it back. One ball, 2 strikes. This ball is dropped in down the right field line. A single on the board there for Kylie French. Nice piece of hitting. Just stayed with the pitch. Powered her hands through it and dropped it behind the first baseman for another base hit. Here comes what we would imagine might be a pitching change with only one out in the top of the first. Just things not coming together for Emily Holscher early on. And the confidence building with every swing for fully loaded. So we saw right out of the gates, Holscher, a couple of pitches on the edge that she didn't get. Trying to work the corners a little bit, and just wasn't getting the spots where she wanted them, and then things started rolling for fully loaded. So Holscher is going to move over to first base now. And coming into pitch, Cassidy Green, she moves from second base. We'll shuffle some Buzz players around and reset. Top of the first inning, Triple Crown OKC 12-year-old championship game. And our visiting team, the fully loaded club of Oklahoma City, already out to a 5-0 lead with just one out in the top of the first. So it's Cassidy Green moving from second base to the pitcher's circle. Moving from first base over to second base, Daisy Bright. She'll just move one slot over on the defense from first to second. And Emily Holscher moves from pitcher to first base. So the right side and the circle all just swirl right there to reset. Running on the first pitch and safely stealing second base, Kylie French. Keeping the pressure on now. French is gesturing back toward her coach, saying, "What? I stole it. What happened?" And I'm guessing maybe there was no steal sign there. She looked at third base coach Cornelius Davis, and he kind of gave the old "I didn't have anything on" indication. But I guess when it works out like that, you're all right. Kylie French steals second, so she's down in scoring position now, with Brittany Williams at the plate, the DP in this lineup. One ball and one strike with one out. There's a pitch swung through. Brittany Williams now facing a 1-2 count with one out. The buzz, frustrations mounting here in the first inning. Coach is not thrilled with the strike zone and talking about it. Of course, umpires of the quality of those that we have here at this tournament. The first rule is you don't question balls and strikes. In fact, said last night I just saw something on, you know who this is out there if you're watching. Some had an ejection last night on balls and strikes. Was it Francona? Just happened in the big leagues. Talking about balls and strikes, a quick way to get to the showers. That foul ball keeps it 1-2. Ball one and strike two in this count. And there is strike three. So now two down. Kendall Murphy is heading to the plate. The number 9 batter in the order for fully loaded. The right fielder, Kendall Murphy, batting from the left side. 5 runs on the board for her team and still a teammate out there to pick up. Kylie French out at second base. Kendall Murphy of Edmond, Oklahoma. 12-year-old nicknamed Goose. Prefers Blake Shelton for her musical enjoyment. And she takes a ball there, 2-0 the count. So this the number 9 batter of 9 for fully loaded, due to send Shanice Dels back to the plate. It would be her second at-bat of the inning here in the top of the first if Murphy reaches. There's a strike delivered. Defense rotating on the bunt square. Third baseman Samantha Oliver is crashing, and the shortstop Kylie Persons rotating to cover third base with that runner out there at 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And now 2-2 with 2 outs on the foul back off the bat of Kendall Murphy. Need a pitch or a play right here for the Centex Buzz to get out of this damaging top of the first, but it's not over yet if they can get this out and get to swinging. Fouled back, will stay at 2-2 with 2 outs. Hey, don't throw a no Twitter during today's game. You can use the hashtag TC Sports. That's hashtag TC Sports. Share your position in the world. Let us know where you are and who you're rooting for. If you tweet, use that hashtag TC Sports to get into today's action. There's a fly ball to left field. The third out is recorded. The Buzz get out of that after a long wait out there. Rebecca Fajardo catches it in left field for the third out. And so the full order comes to the plate. The top of the first for fully loaded. They send 9 to the plate and score 5 times. We'll head to the bottom of the first. And these are the best of the best after pool play here in OKC at the Triple Crown Fastpitch event. Again, wrapped around the Women's College World Series. The games are scheduled in such a way that the teams have a chance to hop over and catch the college players working for that national title and then get back on the ball field and try to capture their own youth title while they're in town. Ages 10 all the way up to 18 involved in this Triple Crown production in OKC. And the bottom of the first gets underway. Fully loaded pitcher is Breely Webb, who hit a grand slam in the top of the first. Now she'll try to keep Centex Buzz off the board. Tatum Stevens, center fielder, has the first chance in the left side batter's box. 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball is bunted and it bounced off the ankle of Tatum Stevens, so she'll come back to the box with a 1-2 count. Lefty pitcher against lefty batter. Breely Webb throws and swinging as Tatum Stevens. Ground ball picked up and the first out recorded. Jaden Lingo with the unassisted putout at first base. Shelby Carter, the catcher for Centex Buzz, has a second chance with her team down by 5. That ball is a strike. Lower outside edge. Buzz coaching staff: Martin Green, Ronnie Stevens, Brian Carter, and Lisa Holscher. It's Martin Green over at first base and Ronnie Stevens at third base. One ball, 1 strike to Shelby Carter. Another ball hit to the right side, this time 4-3 on the putout. Handled on the grab over at first base by Jaden Lingo. Pick up and throw made by Shanice Dells. Shanice, the leadoff batter and now a defender over there at second base, makes the play. So first 2 outs, ground balls to the right side. Now into the heart of the order with nobody on, so that's the goal of fully loaded. Not having traffic out there when the middle of the order bats come up. And Cassidy Green, who started at second base and moved into the pitcher's circle during that first inning. Green now batting. Ball 1. One ball, 1 strike with 2 down. Here's the pitch to Cassidy Green. Breely Webb throws ball 2, just up. Glad you're with us on this Triple Crown television webcast. TC TV is a division of Triple Crown Sports. A whole TV schedule on CBS Sports Network and also a webcast schedule on cbssports.com. You can check out that information at triplecrownsports.com. Thanks for being with us. Our thanks to Sooner Vision, an integral component of the OU Athletics Department. Sooner Vision providing our technical facilities today. 3-camera show. Thanks to Sydney, our center field camera operator. Becca's handling first base for us, and Rose up on the high home camera, getting the skybox look today. TJ McGinnis, our director. Got Carson and Sierra also joining us today. Carson handling the player introductions and the scorebook duties, and Sierra, our audio and stage manager today. There's a strike, and that will end the first inning. So the strikeout in the books. Cassidy Green is a strikeout victim, and after 1 inning of play, 5-0 is the score, 5-0. of course, there's a thought of do we even play, but then the thought prevailed to play. Talk us through sort of the psychology of that.
Sure. After what happened on Friday with the weather, we had several teams that were left in hotels without power and water, and lots of people who hadn't ever been through an event like that. So we kind of gave the team some options. If you want to go home, there's no questions asked. We get it. We realize there's a lot of emotion involved. So we had about 17 teams that decided to take that route, and then everyone else stayed on board and stayed positive, and we're playing softball.
Well, good job navigating through the challenges and the weather that were huge and uncontrollable factors, of course. Shanice Dels just popped up for the first out of the inning, popped up to second base. That was Daisy Bright on the catch over at second base. Abby Detar, the number 2 batter in the order. Good sign for fully loaded. They started the top of the second at the top of their order, which means they batted around in the first and scored those 5 runs. So right here with 1 out, Abby Detar, the center fielder for fully loaded, now taking her second at-bat here in the top of the second inning. Thad Anderson and Kelly Berry talking to you on this webcast on CBSSports.com. Glad you can join us on this Championship Monday. And it is Championship Monday. Saturday got scrubbed.
It did.
And Sunday got pool play, and Monday got playoff action. And aside from obviously the most important and the biggest story, which was thinking of those people affected by the tragedy and all those who have both loss of life, loss of property, the different things happening, and that's our first and foremost concern. After that, now you've seen happy, young, smiling faces on the ball field, and
right.
What's been your take on yesterday and today?
Again, the emotions were high, and everyone's, stayed positive, other than the normal, ballpark banter that goes on as part of the day goes on. But, everyone came together, and it really has just been a positive, fun atmosphere.
This ball fouled away, 2-ball, 2-strike count now to Abby Detar. How many years now in the OKC
This is
event?
the 7th year.
7 seasons,
Yep.
and we're at Reeves Park in Norman, Oklahoma, one of the hub parks of the tournament. But you've got a whole variety of partners who make this happen. And
we do.
It's quite a production.
It is. We're on 30-plus diamonds in 6 different cities, and there's the field partners, the hotel partners, the restaurant partners. So everyone really has come together this last 7 years, and I think after this year, it really showed how much everyone really cares and cares about the event.
Daisy Bright makes her second catch of the inning right on the Triple Crown chalk logo out behind second base defense area. So Bright with 2 catches and 2 outs in 2 batters here. Dels and now Detar pop out. Brooke McCullough is the batter, the third baseman, number 3 batter. McCullough steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. Ball 1 on the first pitch to McCullough. Women's College World Series obviously going on, and the profile of that event has grown so dramatically. The pageantries or the energy of that park has changed. I'll say it because you might not be willing to. This event pours a lot of young energy into that park for those Women's College World Series games. It's been a great pairing of youth players coming and watching those college players. What are the sort of the interrelationships or the experiences that are built into the tournament for these teams?
Sure. So we schedule the event so that teams have every evening, obviously weather permitting, but we try and schedule them maybe even to have a doubleheader in the morning to go and be able to catch a game or 2 in the afternoon at the series. And then so many of our teams come from drive states that are close and regional. And, the teams that are in the College World Series, Texas, Florida, we've got teams that come from all of those parts of the country, and they get to come and watch their hometown team.
At this year's College World Series, Oklahoma and Tennessee going to wrap things up, and the hometown team is in there rolling along. I know we've had a number of teams, including Fully Loaded, who's playing right now. They've got a 2-2 count with 2 outs on Brooke McCullough. They're hometowners, and they've got their hometown Sooners playing here. Oh, my goodness. The hat trick. 3 outs recorded in the inning by the second baseman, Daisy Bright. That was a shot by Brooke McCullough, and it's Daisy Bright with all 3 outs recorded. 2 pop-ups and a diving line drive stab as that ball was headed to right field for a single. Nice play by Daisy Bright. Good work, Daisy. Getting down to the stretch run here for Kelly, and she's going to wrap it up. Done a great job this year, battling through all kinds of wild card situations. And here we are with the 12-year-old championship game on CBSSports.com. Thanks for being with us as we watch Fully Loaded playing defense. They're the visiting team today. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Fully Loaded scored 5 times in the top of the first. and now trying to protect that 5-run margin. Centex Buzz with their second chance to hit here in this game. In the bottom of 2, their second round of batting, and only sent 3 to the plate in the first inning. Now number 4 batter, Harley Kurth, who plays right field in this game defensively for the Buzz. She'll have her first at bat. She's looking at a 1-1 count on an off-speed pitch. It's foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging strike 3, foul tipped but caught, held on to behind the plate back there by catcher Rochelle Mingwasser. 1 away. Ramada is a national sponsor of the 2013 Triple Crown television series on CBS Sports Network and the Triple Crown webcast series on CBSSports.com. For the best available rate guaranteed, book at Ramada.com. Terms and conditions apply. Ramada, you do your thing, leave the rest to us. Ramada.com. Thanks to Ramada for their partnership with the Triple Crown TV and webcast series. Check them out at Ramada.com. Strike 1 on the first pitch of this new at-bat to Samantha Oliver, playing third base for Centex Buzz. Oliver offered at the pitch. Now 2 strikes on the board. Good foul off on a great pitch from Breely Webb. Spun it up there nicely. 0-2 after that just staying alive swing by Savannah Oliver. Savannah back in the box now. Hits this towards second base, picked up. Good hustle. And out at first base, hustling through the bag, but just behind the throw. Oliver is thrown out. 4-3 on the putout. And that's 2 down. The fully loaded defense is leaving the field, but that's only 2 away. It was Kurth out moments ago, and now Oliver on the ground out, so 2 away. We're still in the bottom of the second inning, and Kylie Persons is due up to bat. Kylie, the shortstop for Centex Buzz. Shanice Dels made the play on the ground ball and throws it to Jaden Lingo, first baseman for Fully Loaded. 2 away. There's a late swing on the left side of the plate from the new batter, Kylie Persons. Couldn't quite catch up with that one for Breely Webb. Kylie Persons, 12 years old, from Teague, Texas. Takes that pitch up high, so now a 1-1 count. Kylie's sister and brother, Kinsey and Easton. Easton just 7 months old. Kinsey's 14 years old. And Kevin and Natalie, the parents, they all made the trip here to OKC from Teague, Texas. Enjoying a weekend of softball, both youth and college style in OKC. There's a high pitch swung and missed by Kylie Persons. Kylie also volleyball and track among the sports she plays. And she lists as her hobbies softball and cheer, so some cheer mixed into all this. Busy young lady is Kylie Persons, and here she goes down swinging against a good delivery from Breely Webb. Webb working well, and now through 2 innings scoreless, and has just faced the minimum. 6 batters up, 6 batters down. The OU Sooners, each room is named for a Sooner legend. Pictures everywhere, memorabilia, a great bar area, so if you are ever in Norman or in the OKC area, check out Sooner Legends and the website, SoonerLegends.com. This half inning, we're joined by Renee Hill, who is part of the staff over at Sooner Legends, who does a great job all year long, but in particular at our Triple Crown OKC Fastpitch tournament. Renee, we want to have you join us. Just I don't know if you're worn out and tired and the teams have worn you down, but you guys do a great job hosting our young teams. Thank you, Renee, for all the work that Sooner Legends does.
Oh, we're never worn out. Thank you for having us here today.
That pitch is a swing and a miss, fully loaded back to the bats, and they've got their number 4 batter, Rochelle Mengwasser, in the batter's box. Fully loaded here from the Oklahoma City area, Centex Buzz from the Waco, Texas area. And Renee, these travel teams who come through town, I know in a hotel, I've been in a lot of hotels with these young teams, this ball popped into shallow center, and it's going to drop a bloop single, and on base is Rochelle Mengwasser. That'll bring Kamari Edwards to the plate. So these teams show up, a bunch of young kids, a lot of energy, some glitter, some bows, and all kinds of stuff. What's the experience like in your particular property, Sooner Legends, when you have these teams hanging around?
Well, for us, it's a huge experience for them to come and stay with us, and we welcome the glitter and the bows because a lot of people only think of the Sooner Legends that we have. They forget there's some female Sooner Legends as well. So we're excited every time we get to host any team from Triple Crown.
Well, we appreciate the efforts that you make, and I know your property's been sold out. You had the combination here as we begin this at-bat with nobody out and a runner on one. Kamari Edwards squares and takes that strike, 0-1 count. Different circumstances this year, obviously some terrible events going on and a lot of people looking for refuge. Did you have some, I guess for lack of a better term, some refugees of the storms?
Yes,
over at your
we
place?
did. We actually had quite a few. We had some teams last weekend here visiting for another baseball tournament, and we made it work. We had to shift some things around, and that's when you call in favors from friends of other hotels and make sure that everybody has a place to stay.
Everybody here in the community has done a fantastic job. Not only, priority 1 was helping those who were displaced by the storms, then priority 2, but of course important to Triple Crown and to these teams was a place to stay during this tournament. And everything worked out well. Runner does go and will slide in safely around the tag or the throw that was to the third base side of the bag. Handled out there for the Buzz by Kylie Persons, but no chance to tag out the sliding steal. And again, I think we've got the courtesy runner in effect out there as Mengwasser checked out and Crimson Davis just stole the base. Here is a 1-2 pitch that misses up. 2-2 count with nobody out. The team batting fully loaded. They lead by 5-0 in the top of the third. Renee Hill of Sooner Legends, a fantastic restaurant, bar, hotel here in Norman, is joining us this half inning. I'm Thad Anderson. Thanks for being with us on CBSSports.com. Sooner Legends, I was there the other day, kind of checked out all the memorabilia and the bar area. I saw that Friday and Saturday, I think it was karaoke and dancing, maybe?
Karaoke on Saturdays.
Are you a featured singer in that mix?
No, I kind of know what my strengths and my weaknesses are. And karaoke's not my thing, but I'm there for bingo and pool on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Bingo and pool are your thing, huh?
Yes,
all
karaoke,
right.
I'll cheer someone else on all day long.
Fair warning to stay away from you when bingo and pool are available. Going to get worked over. You, in the last couple of years, relocated from Las Vegas, and tell us a little bit about, there's a ball popped on the infield that will be grabbed for first out of the inning, caught at shortstop by Kylie Persons, so there's an out. Edwards pops up, and that'll bring Breeley Webb, the pitcher, who has a grand slam to her credit back in the first inning. She'll have her second at-bat here from the left side of the plate. Breeley Webb now at bat. So your relocation a couple of years ago, you've got, I guess you've got a few different reasons to be here, or a main reason to be here in Norman, Oklahoma. Tell us more about that.
Well, my husband is the reason that I'm here. They say you do some interesting things for love. Oklahoma has never been on my map, but I will say just the hospitality of the people here since I've been here for 2 years is amazing and unmatched in any place in the world. And I come from New York, and I've been quite a few places, both in the U.S. and out, and the people of Oklahoma are just awesome.
So your husband, Lou Hill, is on the coaching staff for the Hoops team here, part of Lon Kruger's effort. And what you were telling me earlier, year number 2 in the tournament for the Sooners?
Year number 2, and they made it to the big dance, NCAA. So it was a great honor for the coaching staff and the players. They worked hard to get there, and we're looking for even better things next season.
This ball chopped foul. Coming back to the plate is Breeley Webb. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count now with 1 out. Webb chopped it right down the line. She'll head back in for another pitch from Cassidy Green. So obviously at Oklahoma, everybody knows, well, I don't think I'm the first one to say it. Football has been king here for a long time. But
yes.
I've been near the work of Lon Kruger for a long time. I was at Indiana. My wife was studying at Indiana years back when Lon was coaching at Illinois, and I actually just encountered him a couple times at Assembly Hall in Bloomington. And honestly, I just saw him pregame. I actually coached a kid in baseball who was a sixth grader at that time, and I saw Lon take time to sit down and talk to this kid pregame. Just seemed like a genuinely warm gentleman. And then I saw him. I live in Fort Collins, Colorado, and Colorado State plays UNLV, of course. And so when Lon was there, I've seen Lon a number of times over the years, and I've seen his coaching staff, and I've always just really appreciated the way they conducted themselves. That's an accurate observation, I've got to imagine.
Yes, it's very accurate. My husband was at Texas A&M prior to being at UNLV, and just Coach Kruger's personality, and he's genuine about family. He's genuine about kids. You know, he's very open. Everybody has his cell phone number. You can call him at any time. He's very genuine. What you see is what you get.
That's great. You know, as we watch this 12-year-old championship game of a fast-pitch softball tournament, you forget how quickly these kids become 18 and 20-year-old kids, and they're still kids, and they still need that. And I think anytime a college coach has that kind of priority built up or that perspective, it absolutely helps those young people keep navigating their way through life.
Definitely.
Somebody who's navigating well nicely through this championship game, Breely Webb, just dropped the ball into left field and scored her teammate. The courtesy runner was the score. It was Crimson Davis who came around to touch the plate. And for Breely Webb, that's now 5 RBI in this game, a grand slam, and now a base hit to score another teammate. And then Webb able to move around to third base as the ball got loose in left field. Here's the ball bounced down to third base. Runner hung up a little bit there, but she'll get back. Webb is safe back at first off the bobble at third base. And now runners on the corners. Kylie French, the left fielder for Fully Loaded, was safe at first. First and third with a 6-0 lead in the third inning with 1 down. And now Fully Loaded will send in Brittany Williams, the DP or designated player in the lineup for Fully Loaded of OKC. She'll square to bunt. Runner will break. Throw to second base on the cut play, and no movement from third base by Breely Webb. So now 2 teammates in position to score with a chance here for Brittany Williams to add to the damage. 6-0. The current count could be more. Just 1 out here in the top of the third inning. There's a ball down. Thad Anderson with Renee Hill of Sooner Legends, and my first time to see Sooner Legends. You moved in here, so you're part of the athletic department. Your family's part of that whole mix. You're working at the property over there. And did you get a quick was it a quicker education by just walking around your own hotel?
It was actually a quick education because we lived there for 2 weeks before we actually got settled into our home here in Norman. So I have a passion for the property. The staff is just your home away from home. The staff is very friendly. But yes, it's a quick course because you want to know everything there is to know about the hotel, and every day it's something new going on because we're always changing rooms because we like to keep people on their toes when they come to stay with us.
Our director, TJ McGinnis, just moved here from Kansas City. He took a job with Sooner Vision just a couple of months back. TJ's been a long-time Triple Crown production hand. He's worked with us for a long time, and when he moved into town here, he actually lived in Sooner Legends property for a month. So TJ, who's right over there to your left, that's your guy right there, Renee Hill with us.
He knows what I'm talking about then.
It's almost like your own. It's like a brother to you. He lived in your place for a whole month. TJ loved the breakfast at Sooner Legends.
What about the hot chocolate chip cookies at 3 o'clock? Oh, yes, and the fresh popcorn every day.
Now, I will say TJ is very disappointed. He did just move into, was it an apartment or a house, TJ? He's got an apartment and just moved out of Sooner Legends not too long ago, so TJ no longer lives at Sooner Legends, but he would have been happy to stay there. In fact, if you stay 2 months, you get your own room named after you, I think. You become a Sooner Legend yourself, so the TJ McGinnis room is not quite being prepped, but if he can head back there, they'll do it for him. The whole atmosphere in Norman, a great college town.
Yes.
OU, some great tradition and some great, it's obviously the great thing is great athletics and great academics and just a great big picture overall. And got to be pretty fun to move in, for your husband and for yourself to move into a situation like this with the kind of support and backing that this institution has.
It is. It's a lot of fun, and you hit it right on there. It's a great college town. Everybody's here willing to help everyone, and like I said, coming from Las Vegas and New York, you're not really used to that.
That didn't happen every day, huh? Kendall Murphy is the batter. Brittany Williams was out moments ago, and so it's Kendall Murphy who bats in the number 9 spot for Fully Loaded, and she's got a chance to plate a couple of teammates with her team already up by 6, fouled away. That ball will Kareem back to the backstop with 2 down, 1 ball, and 2 strikes now the count on Kendall Murphy. And actually, let me correct that. I missed a pitch or two there. It's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 is the count. Make it 3-2, 2 away. Payoff pitch lifted to left field, tailing, and hauled in out there for the Buzz in left field. Catch made by Rebecca Fajardo. Her busy day continues, Fajardo, and her team down 6-0. They'll try again in the bottom of the third. They've not gotten a runner on base. Check out what they can do at ghpins.com. Talk to Brooke Wall over there, and she'll help you out with all your pin needs. Pin trading is the specialty of ghpins.com. Thanks to GH Pins for their support of the Triple Crown television series and Triple Crown webcast series. ghpins.com, the address. There's a ball nubbed in the infield and a ground out recorded. Daisy Bright was the batter, and she is put away quickly for the first out of the bottom of the third inning. And that brings the number 8 batter to the plate for Centex, Victoria Vasquez, the DP for the Buzz. Takes ball 1. Well, nothing at all so far for the Buzz. Ground out, strikeout in the first inning, then strikeout, ground out, strikeout. So 3 of the 6 outs in those first 2 innings were strikeouts, and now another ground out. So nothing hit hard, and 3 Ks on the board to this point. A clean performance by pitcher Breely Webb. And as I've mentioned a few times before, but you want to mention it as often as you can when a young player's got a game going like this. Pitching a great game for Fully Loaded, and also in the first inning did the big damage. Her team up 6-0. 4 of those runs scored on Breely Webb's grand slam. Left center field shot. And she's a left-handed batter, so a little bit of other way power on that swing. Another ball smashed down at the plate, takes a big dirt bounce and just kills it right out to the circle. Another good pitch, and that retires Victoria Vasquez. So 2 outs, bottom of the third, and the number 9 batter, Emily Holscher, who started as pitcher today and then moved over to first base. This is the 9th of 9 batters here. Holscher now batting with leadoff hitter Tatum Stevens on deck if Holscher becomes the first Buzz player to reach in this game. Ball 1 on a low delivery. Hear a little bit of chatter from the third base dugout, which is the Buzz dugout. A couple of players trying to help light the spark over there. Calling out for Emily to get them going here. Centex trying to keep themselves alive and keep this thing in reach as we head into the middle innings. Scheduled for a 7-inning game, no time limit on the championship. There's a strike, and it's a 2-1 count. 2 balls, 1 strike to Holscher. A 6-0 deficit on the board means at least have to be thinking about the mercy rule situation. Ball fouled away, 2-2 count. Run rules in this championship game: 10 after 3, 8 after 4, or 6 after 5. So the Buzz will have to keep things clean defensively and keep the runners off the bases to avoid the threat of that 4th inning 8-run margin. They'd love to put a couple of dents in the scoreboard right here in the bottom of the third to build themselves a little insurance. Fully Loaded was trailing in their semifinal game 5-2 and then rallied back and had a big inning. Wound up pulling away and beating Oklahoma Exclusive. That ball is inside, and it's ball 4. So Holscher able to hold back on the inside check swing. And there is the first base runner of the game for the Buzz. It's a walk to the number 9 batter, Emily Holscher. Will that be the start of something? Tatum Stevens, the leadoff batter, is up there. Stevens, her first time up, grounded out unassisted to first base. So she pulled it down the first base line and was retired. Here's her second at-bat. Holscher runs, and Holscher is retired on the steal throw. Good delivery from behind the plate. Rochelle Mingwasser gets it cleanly down, and it's well handled out there by shortstop Kamari Edwards. Their players will get back on the field. Cassidy Green has taken over and has done a nice job pitching. Tough start for Emily Holscher, who threw the ball well, just was missing by inches on trying to stay outside on these talented, fully loaded hitters. And so Emily gave up the ball back in the first inning, and since then her teammate Cassidy Green has been handling the duties. Cassidy carrying on nicely in the circle here for her team. This ball bounced in the infield. It's picked up and thrown out. Cassidy Green, the pitcher, over to Emily Holscher. It's a good first out. That was the top of the order. Shanice Dels had the at-bat, the leadoff batter with lots of speed. So keeping Dels off the bases, a big help to the defense. Abby Dietar, the number 2 batter, takes that off-speed pitch up for ball 1. That pitch misses in and down. Abigail Dieter goes by Abby from Piedmont, Oklahoma, 12 years old. She watches ball 3 bounce across the plate. Abby tells us she likes playing fast pitch just because it's fun. Love to hear that out of the young players. Just do it for enjoyment. And she said, if there's one thing we have to say about you on the webcast, she said, say my mom is awesome. Parents Brandy and Tom. Abby wanted to make sure mom heard that on this webcast. Bounces that ball back into the circle, and there's ground out for out number 2. So Dietar, another one-hop victim back to the pitcher. Good pitches thrown here by Cassidy Green, who's induced a couple of ground outs from the number 1 and number 2 batters in this order. And it's always better to get to Brooke McCullough and Rochelle Mingwasser, the 3 and 4 hitters with nobody on base. And now another soft job, this one to second base, and cleanly handled. The throw successful. Holscher grabs onto it and hangs onto it on the throw from Daisy Bright, who picked it up and made the play. A nice sharp inning for no-hitter going, but I'm referring to the 10-year-old championship game because it got broken up right after I said something about it, so I'm not going to say anything about it right now. I'm going to skip that. Thad Anderson with you from Norman, Oklahoma and Reeves Park. And fully loaded, we asked if they'd be able to send over a spokesperson. There's a drive, and there's a base knock for the Buzz. I did it again. Double jinx today. Could be 3 bags. Trying for the 3-bagger and successfully getting there Tatum Stevens. So it's a solid shot to left and then a little trouble corralling the loose ball out there in left field for the fully loaded defense. And Stevens around to third base in that leadoff slot for the Buzz. Here comes Shelby Carter, the next batter due up. So right before that hit, I mentioned I went and recruited myself a fully loaded spokesperson. I don't know if that was your title before today, but Brian Murphy, you've been selected. You a short straw, I guess, was what you got, but thank you for joining us.
I appreciate it, yeah.
Brian lives in Edmond, right here in the OKC area. Pharmaceutical sales not by day, actually. I guess you probably do that at night and on weekends when you're not busy with Fastpitch softball.
When I'm not busy with softball, yeah. I won't tell my boss I'm here.
Oops, yeah, that's right. We'll mask your voice and pixelate your face so nobody knows what just happened around here. So we're into the 4th inning of this game. A great start. First inning grand slam. What was the feeling over there in the dugout?
Oh, it was incredible. That was Breeley's first ever. So her dad was able to see it, and we went and rescued the ball. We're not sure if it was their ball or not, but it's ours now.
First ever
home run.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said when that happened, I watched games all day yesterday, and I've been watching games today, and somebody's probably hit one out, but I had not seen anybody get a ball out yet, and that one was out. She hit that and went a little bit opposite, too. Left-handed hitter goes to the left center gap over there. Really some nice power display on that swing. Here's a ground ball and a well-played ball. Run scores, though, so the RBI in place as Stevens scores on the ground ball from Shelby Carter. Good play at shortstop. Kamari Edwards thought about coming home with it and then turned and fired across to Jaden Lingo for the 6-3 putout. So 1 down, but 1 run on the board. 6-1 now the score, with the Buzz batting and trailing by 5. So the home run ball, a grand slam. That was 4 of 5 runs that scored in that inning. And then Breeley doing the work in the circle. She has looked fantastic as a pitcher. I know you said that's her first home run, but I would imagine this is not the first time you've seen her pitch this way.
No. She's got an incredible changeup. She comes in with the hot stuff, and then, boy, she can really slow it down, pull the string, and fools a lot of hitters that way.
What the players, and I would imagine probably at least a lot of them, if maybe all of them, they've never been on a webcast or a TV game before.
No, this is a first.
What was there any talk? Did your daughter have anything to say about it? What was the thought process for these young players?
Well, you notice they all have their formal headbands on. It's all the sparkly ones. We went with our third uniform. Oh yeah, it was there was a lot of buzz after the last game. The last game was really exciting, and I think we may have been thinking too far ahead to this. And now, they definitely were thinking webcast the whole day.
Oh, great! If I remember right, I know they were at one point. They were down in a 5-2 hole to Oklahoma exclusive, and came back and put up a bunch of runs and won that thing. Oklahoma exclusive from this area as well. Two teams that have seen each other a lot.
A lot. We have battled back and forth with them, and honestly, I think every single game we've played with them has been a one-run game. They've had their share, we've had our share. We always play each other tough.
Did this last one end up 6-5?
6-5. Yep.
So a 5-2 deficit, and then a 4-run rally to cap things off. And if I remember right, then the game ended in your at bat. I think maybe the time ran out, or was that true? Or did you guys have to make
they were home, so we had to get the three outs.
So still had to hold them. All right. With new batter in the box, Harley Kurth, the cleanup batter for Centex Buzz. Her teammate Cassidy Green just drew a walk. So with one run in on the first hit of the game for the Buzz, and now a walk in place, and the number 4 batter up, the Buzz feeling a chance here to, if they get something big here, they could get back to a halfway home on erasing this deficit. Throw down to first is a little late behind Cassidy Green, diving back into the bag as the pitching continues for Breeley Webb. Kendall Murphy is the daughter of Brian, who I'm sitting with now, and here's I want to give you. I'm going to set you up now. You got a visit to the circle. You got Cornelius Davis headed out. So now's your chance to say anything you want about Coach.
Oh, about Coach. Coach is phenomenal. He's probably one of the most soft-spoken guys out there. So I've got the voice. So anytime that he needs to call a shift and the crowd's being a little loud, I have to be the one to make the adjustment. He cares incredibly about the girls. I mean, is just really focused on their development. Much more so than winning or losing or anything. He's really focused on the girls. He loves them. He's a great guy.
Cornelius told us when we had media day with the team, he said that the team slogan or the team motto is hard work beats talent when talent don't work. And even little things like that, I know that sounds like, oh, okay, fine, put that on the back of a T-shirt, that's great. But the life skills part of what you teach in any youth sports situation, I mean, even a saying like that, just trying to teach the kids, whatever you're up to, whatever you're doing, you got to pour yourself into it. And whether you're great at it or not, that work's going to pay off. Is that one of the themes of this squad?
Absolutely. I mean, this is very, very few girls are going to go pro and make this their career. And it's just a matter of getting the most out of this time. It just teaches them the dedication, and it teaches them the hard work and the work ethic, and you can see it in school, in their schoolwork. I mean, all of them are, as far as I know, all of them are in advanced classes, and they really do well in school. I mean, it translates to real life when they work this hard on the field.
It's great to hear, seeing the academic payoff already, because it's it just gets tougher as you go along, and then you start hitting teenage years, and you got all kinds of stuff happening. And if you have those disciplines and those moorings that can keep you on the right path, it's one of the best things about playing sport. I think a lot of people look, especially teams like this that travel and spend a lot of money. And I think people from the outside sometimes look at that like, what are you trying to do? Well, most people are trying to do exactly what you're talking about. How do we get to a better place when we hit that next stage of life? And like you said, probably not going to be playing. Whatever you're going to be doing, how do we apply this across? So glad to hear that that's going on. I also know that as we see a 2-2 pitch here, and that ball is fought off. Going to be a close play at first, but beating the runner, Kurth, down the line. The defense a little bit quicker on that play as Shanice Dels comes over, picks it up, and again makes the toss to Jaden Lingo. Got 2 outs now. The runner moving down to second base is Cassidy Green. So runner on 2 away. And Savannah Oliver, the number 5 batter, will try to plate that run. 1 run in this inning to make it 6-1. They'd love to be 6-2 when they head back out to defense at the top of the 5th, the Buzz. So they'll take a shot here to score that runner. And there's a ball well hit, but towards shortstop. 6-3 on the putout. It's Edwards making the play. Clean defense, 6-1 to score after 4 innings. Get back to the important work of sending his loud voice out to keep things in order out there for the defense and whatever might be needed. Thanks, Brian, for your time today, as he gets a big round of applause and maybe a little razzing as he heads back over toward the bench area over there. We play in the top of the 5th inning. It's 6-1. This ball is lifted to the right field side and just foul. Off the bat of Rochelle Mingwasser. So Rochelle will try again. Should be a 1-1 count now, I believe. Ball 1 and strike 1 after that foul ball. Rochelle handling the catching today for Fully Loaded. Along with catcher, plays some third base and some left field. She chops this in the infield. Tough play, good pickup, and good play. Nice charge on that ball for the Buzz by their shortstop, Kylie Persons. That was a tough between hop. If you don't charge that, there's no way you're going to throw out the runner. So she was forced to give herself a tough hop, and good hand-eye coordination, good glove work to make the clean pick. Had one chance, and she made it, and able to get the out throw over to Emily Holscher. Another ball fouled right side. 0-1 count here on the new batter, Kamari Edwards, hitting number 5. For Fully Loaded. Here's strike 2, good pitch. Working the outside part of the plate. Well placed by Cassidy Green. Kamari Edwards, the batter, she's from Del City, Oklahoma. And here she shoots one up the middle. Great play and a great throw. Good work by Kylie Persons. That ball off the bat, I thought there was no chance that would stay on the infield, but Persons positioned well and good athletic dive out to the ball. And again, good glove work. Kamari Edwards, a quick runner as well, so had a lot of things that she had to do right there to make the out, and she did all of them, did Kylie Persons, for 2 down. So here is the owner of her first ever home run, and she did it in grand style with a grand slam back in the first inning. Breely Webb. Webb fouls that between her legs and sends it back to the backstop. Two-out pitch, fouled away, a couple strikes on Webb. 0-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Fouled off again, stays 1-2. As we mentioned, Triple Crown television series on CBS Sports Network. You can check the schedule at triplecrownsports.com. A whole array of televised contests. And next thing coming up on the TV schedule will be June 21st is the date. It's a Friday evening. Triple Crown Volleyball is producing the 18 Open Invitational. Top 4 clubs from around the country. Texas Advantage, Spiral Volleyball out of Arizona, T Street from California, and Munciana Volleyball Club out of Indiana. They will all be part of that mix in Richmond. Here's a sliding effort, no catch made out in left field, another foul ball. Rebecca Fajardo came on and was not able to get to it in foul ground, so another 2-2 pitch coming here to Breely Webb. So those 4 volleyball clubs will be featured in a showdown, a showcase of top club talent, 18-year-old Open. Vast majority of those players already signed to top-level Division I volleyball programs, and you can see the future of volleyball on CBS Sports Network on June 21st as Triple Crown presents the Triple Crown Volleyball 18 Open Invitational. There's strike 3. Another solid inning from Cassidy Green, the pitcher for the Centex Buzz, as she works through the tough part of the order and leaves the score at 6-1. Right near the Women's College World Series for girls, and then in 10 days we'll be over in Omaha, and a 14-year-old all-star game of top talent from around the country will be featured in that Omaha Slump Buster all-star game on Thursday, June 13th. You can catch that also on CBSSports.com. Check TripleCrownSports.com for information and the link, the direct link to watch that game. It'll start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 Central on Thursday, June 13th. Look forward to joining you again. That'll be from Omaha. There's a ball up high, 1-1 count as the Buzz head into this bottom of the fifth. Pretty critical time now. A 7-inning game is scheduled here. And again, still that run rule is out there hovering around, but the Buzz have done a good job holding that off. Now they need to work their way back. Shortstop, who just played some great D, Kylie Persons, now trying to reach base, pops a tough ball behind short, and that will bounce off the glove of Kamari Edwards. Hustling all the way and easily into second base. So the first batter of the inning into scoring position. That's a great start for the Buzz. Kylie Persons batting that number 6 spot is out there at second base with nobody down. Daisy Bright, number 7 batter, who's playing second base at this point in the game for the Buzz. Daisy now at bat. So that marks the second time in this game that the leadoff batter has reached for the Buzz, and they did it last inning, and that runner scored eventually. Leadoff on base was the only ticket to a run so far. See if they can do it again here, the Buzz. Carve away at this disadvantage. As we mentioned earlier, Fully Loaded was trailing 5-2 in their semifinal game and rallied back to win 6-5. So both these teams talented. Fully Loaded definitely had the first several strikes, first several blows in this game that busted things open to that 6-0 score, but Centex with the most recent run and looking to tack on in the bottom of the fifth. This ball bounces in, but contained, no move up for the runner. Rochelle Mingwasser behind the plate, again doing good work to keep the ball under control on the potentially wild pitch. Daisy Bright batting. She prefers cheeseburgers as her favorite food. Strike called, and that will send the count to full 3-2 with nobody out. Here's a full count pitch to Daisy Bright. She said there's nothing cool, unique, or strange about her when we asked that question. She said she had nothing to report on cool, unique, or strange. She fouls it away and keeps the full count on the board. Job battling off a tough pitch. Daisy told us the reason she likes playing fast pitch, she used to watch little kids play and she wanted to get a trophy. So I guess when she was growing up, she'd keep an eye on some games, and she thought trophies are pretty cool, so she thought, I'll try it out myself. She'd like to be an author when she grows up, Daisy Bright. Her mom, Amanda, here in town with her. Watching her daughter face a 3-2 count with nobody out. And the pitch from Breeley Webb coming. There's strike 3. Bright, good job of fouling off a couple of tough pitches, but finally Webb prevails with a well-placed delivery to hang the strikeout on the board, 1 away. Looks like Brian Carter has taken over the third base coaching duties. So he stepped in for his coaching colleagues who have departed this one. And just for the record, it was not a big show. There were ejections, but it wasn't one of those big moments of craziness or explosion, just the frustration building up, and there was some conversation between the umpires and coaches, and finally enough was said that the ejections were issued. So Brian Carter's jumped out there to take care of business for the Buzz. This ball bounced back to pitcher and trying to come around to score out at the plate. So trying to go second to home was Kylie Persons. And I think we might have an interference call. We're going to check it out. Won't jump to conclusions here, but the umpire's going to talk about it. So the ground ball and out recorded. Victoria Vasquez was the batter. She was thrown out, and then Persons trying to come around to score, and she was interfered with, or put that in the proper terminology, obstructed over at third base. As she tried to come around, third baseman just in the way, and there was obstruction on her way to the plate. So that will score the run. Now 2 outs on the board, 6-2 the score. Fully loaded, still up by 4, but that's an important run again. That's 1 last inning and 1 this inning, so not doing it in explosive style like Fully Loaded did with the grand slam and 4 runs in 1 swing, but instead here the Buzz just chipping away 1 at a time, going to give themselves a chance. The run rules we were talking about earlier, 10 after 3, 8 after 4, and 6 after 5. So anytime from here on out, if Fully Loaded had a 6-run lead, it would be over. But now the Buzz doing a good job of putting themselves into a more secure position to keep this thing going. A 7-inning game scheduled today. Thad Anderson with you from Reeves Park in Norman, Oklahoma. TripleCrownSports.com is the web address where you can check out the Fastpitch schedule. Quick verification, 2 outs will be on the board. The out at first base still was recorded, so the put out in the infield counts, but the out at the plate is erased. So instead of being the 3rd out of the inning, it becomes a run. And with all that bookkeeping in place, here we go. Emily Holscher, number 9 batter for the Buzz. Ball 1 to Holscher. Talked about Brian Carter a little bit earlier. He's taken over the third base coaching duties for the Buzz, and I wanted to mention, just for the sake of equal time here, we had asked the Buzz to send us a webcast representative to jump on the air with us and hang out for half an inning, just like we did earlier. Fully Loaded sent Brian Murphy over. Brian Carter was scheduled to join us during the 5th inning, and his slot was going to be, actually would have been in the top of 5, but due to his coaching obligations, Brian not able to come and join us, and totally understandable. I just wanted to let you know that we did have a Buzz guest scheduled, but due to other duties, Brian is staying out with the crew, with the young players. So if we get a chance to see Brian later, we'll definitely take it, but if not, we understand, and we'll let him do the work he's doing. 3 balls and 1 strike to Emily Holscher. There's a pitch down the pipe from Breely Webb to force a full count now. Looked like Holscher was taking there. Holscher walked her last at-bat. She was the first base runner of the game back in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Buzz, and then was thrown out stealing down at second base. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Bounce through the middle and on base again. Holscher getting the job done with a walk and now a single in the game. Emily's on base, and that means that there'll be traffic out there for the top of the order. Tatum Stevens, the leadoff batter, comes to the plate, and Stevens, last inning in the top of the 4th, ended up at third base after a hit and then moved all the way around. Probably, I guess, your hardcore bookkeeping, probably a double with a 1 base move up, but I'd say triple at this 12-year-old level. And if she can do something like that, double or triple here, that'd bring a run around. Holscher draws a throw, and she's back safely. This ball hit hard to short, picked up by Edwards, and the throw is made. foot contact was made and then double contact as she tried to make sure it was done. 6th inning of a 7-inning ball game, 6-2 the score. There's no time limit on this championship game for the record. So if the Buzz can avoid big damage here, they will give themselves a chance to bat 2 more times as the home team. They're down to 6-2 right now. A 6-run mercy rule is in effect now that we've gotten into and past the 5th inning. So with 6-2 fully loaded, can go for the knockout punch here. But the Buzz will try to keep putting the defense to it. Good play deep behind second base. And the out is recorded. Tough play. And an athletic and smooth job by Daisy Bright, who picks it up and makes the toss. Running again, or running away from her throwing hand, had to reach back to make that throw, and on the move, she delivers it cleanly to Emily Holscher. And ball to glove side in that hole. Ball fouled out and back behind. Grandma and Grandpa over on field 2 just narrowly missed it. Smiles on their faces, happy not to have anything rearranged on that foul pop. No balls, 1 strike, and this ball is fisted out to left field. Good job on a tough pitch. Strong swing there results in a single for Brittany Williams. Brittany on base. And that brings up number 9 batter, Kendall Murphy. Kendall's dad, Brian, starred here on our webcast a couple of innings ago. He was our guest on the broadcast platform, and now his daughter, Kendall, will jump in the batter's box. Kendall started in right field today for Fully Loaded. Kendall's favorite college team, Texas A&M. So Kendall from Edmond, Oklahoma, prefers the College Station team. Kendall also a swimmer. Here she pops one up high to left field, and a little wind blowing up there. A little probably more difficult than that might have looked, but cleanly handled in left field for the 2nd out of the top of the 6th inning. Rebecca Fajardo continues to do a nice job out in left field. Fajardo with the catch, 2 down. Top of the order is due up here, and Shanice Dels was coming to bat. I think she might have checked out defensively last half inning, so I think we're going to get a different batter is what's about to happen here. And yep, indeed, it will be that case. 0-0 Crimson Davis, who did some courtesy running earlier. I saw her sneak out defensively and play last half inning, so Crimson will take the at-bat right here in the leadoff spot for Fully Loaded. Gets the batting glove pulled on and makes her way to the right side. Crimson Davis, 12 years old, of Oklahoma City. Karen and Cornelius, her parents. Of course, Cornelius, you heard us talk about him before if you were with us earlier in the webcast. The head coach for Fully Loaded. So third base coach's daughter gets a chance to check into the game and swing the bat. And that ball's fouled back. Good swing by Crimson. Crimson told us she plays everywhere except catcher. Listed second base as her favorite position. That's where she played last half inning, but actually will go anywhere on the diamond except catcher. Now the runner caught off, going to try to go to 2 and safely beating the throw. Caught off first base, but Brittany Williams just turns and goes and advances first to second on that throw. Now with 2 outs, chance for Crimson Davis to tack another run on to the 4-run lead. Crimson fouls off the bunt try. Couple strikes on the board now. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Crimson, who aspires to be a doctor when she grows up. Said her favorite subject in school is recess, so probably going to have to change that preference somewhere along the line, but maybe not yet. Year 12, recess is a good place to be. Doctor, that stuff can come later on. Popped up foul right side and grabbed by Emily Holscher, and the 3rd out recorded, so another clean inning for the defense of Centex Buzz. They have left Fully Loaded sitting on those 6 runs with Centex Buzz down by 4, and batting they've scored 1 in each of the last 2 innings, 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. And at this point in the game, those runs have kept them from a run rule of 6 runs, but got more work to do. Try to start it off with a bunt. It's pretty well placed. Wheels down the line. Safe at 1. Leadoff base hit bunt. Breely Webb, the pitcher, fielded it. Charging first baseman was Jaden Lingo. The cover at second over there by Crimson Davis, but all of that not quite enough to deny first base to Shelby Carter, who legs out the bunt. And now with the number 3 batter, Cassidy Green, up exactly what the doctor ordered for the Buzz. With a 4-run deficit, they've got 1 on, and middle of the order sticks coming up, and now the force goes off as the ball gets loose. Throw goes down, will sail over second base, bobble in center field, so the pressure put on. And it's already ended up with 3 bases for Shelby Carter. The bunt, move up on the passed ball, and then the throw away off the glove of the shortstop out at second base, and all that means Shelby Carter is all the way around to third with nobody out and a 1-ball count on Cassidy Green, who's pitching for the Buzz, and right now is in that number 3 batting spot with a chance to drive in another run. So a contrast in styles. Offensively, fully loaded with the grand slam for 4, and that was part of a big 5-run outburst in the first inning. Meanwhile, for Centex Buzz, it's the slow and steady approach. But if they pop another run here and maybe get an extra to make it a 6-4 game, then it's anybody's up for grabs as we would head to that 7th inning. And the right part of the order due up right now. Strike called, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cassidy Green, 13 years old, out of Robinson, Texas. Lists math as her favorite school subject, and says Italian seafood. A pretty refined taste for 13-year-old Cassidy Green. 1 ball, 2 strike count. A couple of well-placed pitches by Breely Webb as she faces a tough hitter. The ball misses just out. Cassidy mentioned she plays volleyball and basketball along with fast pitch softball, but she said her hobbies, just anything with a ball. She'll play whatever you got. Here she's going to lift one over second base, and that'll settle in for a hit. RBI. Throw will come to the plate and try to move up, and now the throw will beat her down to second base. So Cassidy Green on the aggressive base running attempt is thrown out at 2, but that comes after her RBI single sends Shelby Carter home. So Carter, after the bunt and 2-base move up on a wild pitch or pass ball, depending how you want to score that one. That run comes to the plate 6-3. So after trailing 6-0, Buzz, they've cut it in half. Here's the first pitch to Harley Kurth with 1 away. Kurth bounces it to short. Edwards, another nice play. Pretty smooth out there at shortstop. Kamari Edwards really handles the ground balls well. Moves nicely to the ball. Good hands. Quick release. Everything you're looking for in shortstop play, especially on these short base paths of fast pitch softball. You got to be clean and quick. Kamari Edwards doing a good job defensively. This ball is popped up above catcher, playable, and caught. So the 1 run in. Otherwise, though, some quick defensive work for fully loaded as the third. Triple Crown Sports thanks everyone at Sooner Vision for their support of today's webcasts. Special thanks to Brandon Meyer and TJ McGinnis for their efforts to make things happen for us today here. You can check out all things OU at Soonersports.com. That's Soonersports.com and Sooner Vision. We took a tour of their studio today. TJ, our director here today, was able to give us a little walkthrough of Sooner Vision over in the athletic complex. It's built into the football stadium here in Norman, and that was an impressive setup. It was, if you remember the Austin Powers movies and the Dr. Evil's his lair, his death lair, or whatever the heck he had there, with all his video screens and cameras all over the world and high technology. Dr. Evil has nothing on Sooner Vision. They can control the universe right here from Norman. Thanks again to TJ and all the crew who got things done for us today. Triple Crown Sports presents this webcast of the 12-year-old championship game, and it's good to partner with Sooner Vision. 10 days, we'll be over in Omaha with another webcast. Check it out on Thursday, June 21. Here's a strikeout to lead off the top of the 7th inning. A swing and a miss there. And one down. Abby Detar, the number 2 batter in the order, goes down swinging. So Brooke McCullough will now step in. Third base. At least kind of a punch that had been landed early in the championship game. You could feel the air coming out of that Buzz side, but now they feel a chance here with the defense done, and now all they have to do is play offense, down 6-3, hoping to get after it here and either win it or force extras in this last bat, bottom of the 7th. Kylie Persons for the Buzz is batting, and Kylie last time up reached base and then came around to score the second run of the game for Buzz. Kylie playing a nice shortstop today for the Buzz defense. New pitcher has checked in for Fully Loaded. Shanice Dels, who played second base early and then checked out of the game, she has re-entered in the circle to finish. That's the hope of Fully Loaded, to finish this thing for today's visiting team in our championship game. Dels called upon to, it is a save opportunity. Not that that's necessarily kept as a statistic that way in 12-year-old fast pitch softball, but this is a chance to save one right here. The closer coming in out of the chain link pen. No balls, 2 strikes. This pitch sails up and out. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter of the 7th inning, Kylie Persons. One-two pitch on the way, and Persons swings through it, got a piece of it, but held on to by catcher Rochelle Mingwasser. Impressive work behind the plate today by Mingwasser, and also a strong bat in that number 4 hole there. She holds on to the foul tip, and a strikeout recorded by Shanice Dels. 1 away, 2 outs from a championship for a hometown team. Oklahoma City-based Fully Loaded, playing in their hometown in this national event put on by Triple Crown Sports. 2 more outs, and they celebrate. And a number of them also excited about the hometown Sooners, who are lined up to play in the best of 3 series at the Women's College World Series. Strike 1 delivered. Daisy Bright now sees an 0-1 pitch, and that sends the count to 1-1 on a ball outside. Ball fouled off right side. Now a couple of strikes on the board. 1-2 the count now with 1 down. That pitch just misses, down, maybe a little out. 2-2 count. Buzz need base runners here. Need 3 to tie it. There's a swing through and another strikeout. Going top shelf on the Heat. And the fast pitch strikeout up in the upper part of up and out of the zone really for Shanice Dels. So good work here in her first inning of pitching. 2 strikeouts in 2 at-bats. For the Buzz, Victoria Vasquez scheduled to hit. And Lisa Holscher, the now coaching first base, the member of the Buzz coaching staff, is down talking to home plate umpire Anthony Kendall, looking for a substitution, I think is what's going on right now. Standing ready to hit is Victoria Vasquez, but we'll see what Buzz want to do right here. Again, we acknowledge the coaching staffs of these 2 teams who made it to the championship game of Triple Crown OKC. A tough task to get all the way to the end of this run and get a chance to be in the webcast championship game. For the Buzz, it's Martin Green, Ronnie Stevens, Brian Carter, and Lisa Holscher, part of the coaching crew. And for Fully Loaded of Oklahoma City, Head coach Cornelius Davis, joined by Jerry Lingo and Robbie McCullough. Jerry Lingo not able to be here for portions of this tournament due to the fact that the Lingos, residents of El Reno, involved in the Friday night tornado activity and some damage taken on by the family. So Jerry tending to business on that side. And as we near the end of these championship webcasts, our thoughts and support go out to all the area residents who will be dealing with the aftermath of what went on. Thanks again for your hospitality and your hosting brilliance here. It's been a great weekend of fast-pitch softball in the OKC area. There's a strike. Batter is Victoria Vasquez. She stayed in the order. I think Buzz probably looking to see if they could do a little sub or a little switch out there, and they were trying to verify if they had that opportunity, but in this case they could not do it. Victoria will swing away here with an 0-1 count and 2 down. Bottom of the 7th, 6-3. 1 out away from the title, fully loaded, playing defense. One pitch from Shanice Dels. This ball is shot to the right side. Knocked down, knocked around, picked up, and the out made. Fully loaded records that final out. Abby Detar playing second base that inning, able to corral the squibber, and Jaden Lingo takes the throw. They'll record the 4-3 put out for the championship, sealing out of the 7th inning. 6-3, the final score. Congratulations to fully loaded champions at the Triple Crown OKC Fast Pitch Tournament. Centex Buzz, a great showing here in OKC. Congratulations to you and good luck on the remainder of your 12-year-old season. It's fully loaded, taking home top honors. Congratulations to the Oklahoma City-based fully loaded softball club champions of 2013 Triple Crown OKC. For TJ McGinnis, Rose Heafy, and our entire webcast crew, I'm Thad Anderson. For complete information on Triple Crown OKC and all Triple Crown sports events, visit triplecrownsports.com. Triple Crown OKC webcast produced by Triple Crown Sports in association with Sooner Vision and CBSSports.com. Final score 6-3, fully loaded, the champions. We'll see you again in 10 days from Omaha on June 13th. It's the Slump Buster All-Star Game. Catch us on CBSSports.com. Until then, thank you for joining us and have a pleasant Monday evening.